So part two, we're talking about establishing goals. What's the process that you want to go through to actually sensibly build goals and ensure that they're really effective to help you progress on towards your ultimate purpose in whatever is important to you in life? Well, the first is not rushing to put pen to paper on things like target events or metrics that you're looking to achieve, but actually do genuinely, and I just sort of alluded to this, but take the time to understand your purpose, identify it. Why are you doing this? And it's no surprise that I start here, of course. Understanding your purpose first is the thing that your SMART goals will come out of. What does success look like? I often say to an athlete, ask yourself, in 12 months' time, when you look back and you see yourself now to where you are going to be in 12 months, what will it look like? And with that, why? What are you looking to get out of it? If you spend some time, it shouldn't take too long, but you can attach to that. That's your hook. That's the thing that's going to keep you on course no matter how windy or turbulent the journey is. That is your purpose. And then under that umbrella, the next step of the process is to start to chart your roadmap. And this is where you get more specific and achievable in your goal setting. Now, you might have heard of SMART goals before. And there's nothing revolutionary about this. It's a very nice structure. It's very simple. And that's to set specific, S, measurable, M, achievable, that's important, A, relevant to you and your purpose and where you're driving, and that's R, and then T, time-bound goals. So that's just a nice, memorable SMART, okay? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. Now, these goals want to be really sensible for you and realistic. But at the same time, they want to be challenging enough that they initiate a little bit or ignite a little bit of the old shits. In other words, enough challenge to promote a tad of anxiety for you. Can I really do this? Well, you can if you take the right action and you're fully committed and you understand why you're doing it. And then with those goals, you break those larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. And that's the power of goals, is they create the framework, the direction, the compass. But most importantly, if they're taking you on a journey towards your purpose, then you have the opportunity to say, okay, to achieve them, what do I need to do? And that's the how. What do I need to do and how am I going to do it? Boom. That is where goals become really valuable, because it is out of that you can finally then move to the third step, which is to create a plan. In other words, develop a clear plan of action or actions that are going to help you achieve your goal. Now, this is, and I say this as a coach, this is particularly powerful if you do it with a coach. So someone that actually guides you and help you build this framework and plan. Why? Well, a coach should have wisdom from taking many journeys prior to the one that you're on. It's your journey. It's the first time you're doing this. Many journeys just like you with other people and with other athletes if it's in an athletic context. And so they've done it before with other people. Number one, they've got domain experience and expertise. So they should bring a certain amount of wisdom. And also, they act as a really valued sounding board and sanity check for you. You can have lots of ideas, but a good coach should be able to filter those ideas and help you get to the actionable stuff that's really going to yield most of the important steps towards the journey. This is why, as a tangent, this is why so many purple patch athletes that we coach on our Tri-Squad program, which is a little bit more of an autonomous program, comes with a lot of support, a whole surrounding community, but a lot of them like to get individual coaching consultations so that they can set the plan. Because they understand that then they can go away and execute, and they don't need the one-to-one, day-to-day accountability. They have that, and they leverage our community, our broader athlete community, to help them on that journey. And so that's why a lot of our Tri-Squad athletes say, hey, I want to get a consultation to really help me think through this stuff and plan it. And so that plan is not built in a vacuum. It's understanding your purpose, setting goals that are time-bound and measurable, understanding what you need to get done, and then planning for it. It's a pretty simple process that you go through, yeah? The fourth element then is to start. But here's the important thing about starting, is you want to start without A, being in too much of a rush, and ensure that you're starting at your start line. Because where you want to go is going to include transformation, evolution, development, improvement. But you're not there yet. And so the biggest mistake that I see people do is they begin on their journey too quickly and they just throw everything at it. Of course, they're excited, they're anticipatory, they maybe got a bit of fear, so they throw it and bad things happen. Athletes break, get injured, lose motivation, etc. Or you start ahead of the reality of your start line. So if you're currently absolutely sedentary, let's use a health and longevity example. If you're sedentary right now, you don't want to take on too much at once. You don't want to say, okay, I'm going to start exercising 7 days a week. I'm going to join a gym. I'm going to make sure that I go jogging on the weekend. I'm also going to prioritize my sleep. I'm going to improve my nutrition. I'm going to hydrate every day. It's overwhelming. It's too much. And you're going to struggle and fail. And you're going to have setbacks and you're going to hit this cycle. So we don't want to do that. So that's very important. Instead, you might just say, I'm going to walk 20 minutes every night after dinner. So that's really simple. I'm going to do it for 3 weeks. There's a mini goal that leads you onto the bigger goal that you might have, and it informs your actions. And then once I've done that for 3 weeks, I might be able to add something. And I'm going to add maybe thinking about my sleep as my next thing. And the third thing I'm going to add 2 weeks later, because I'm now walking every night after dinner. Maybe I'm including a little bit of an extension on the weekend. Now I'm sleeping better. Now I'm going to think about my hydration. So there are steps of transformation that are important that begin at your start line. What you see as an Olympic athlete or a world champion athlete, they haven't been that for a long time. They started somewhere and they developed over the course of not just months, but years. And this becomes really, really important. And that's it, yeah? We're done. Not so fast. There's a couple of other things as you put these things into action. Step number 5 is to lean into resources and support. Don't go on this journey alone. Use your resources, such as coaching, materials that you have, perhaps your community or support that you can have, maybe even if it's just a buddy that's going on a journey, but you need people to help you. At Purple Patch, for the athletes, it's the coaching team. It's the athlete community. It's the supporting domain experts that we provide access to. It's those people and resources that help the individual thrive within an ecosystem, within the Purple Patch team and community of athletes. But I really encourage you, don't go alone. And then finally, the 2 components to help those goals go on and be successful. Number 1, which now I'm on, I think, point number 5 or 6, is reflection. In other words, consistently as you are applying the plan, ensure that when you think about goal setting, you're integrating moments where you pause, where you come up out of the weeds of the day-to-day and you assess your progress. Am I on track? What am I doing well? Where do I need to adjust? How should I actually adapt the program relative to the obstacles or challenges that I have faced along the way? And then the final component, as you're going on this journey, because it is a journey always, no matter whether you're looking to build a business, build an athlete, build better improvement in quality of life, whatever it is, finally, make sure that you give yourself little moments of celebration. Because that journey, it's tough, it's arduous, it takes time, it can't be rushed. And so you can make it a real grind. It can become pretty sterile. But a sure way to maintain your motivation and to ensure that you are driving towards your purpose is to make it fun and to celebrate the mini victories that you do have along the way. Because there will be tough times, but there will also be chances of success and enjoyment. Now, to wrap it up on purpose and goals, at Purple Patch, we always talk about helping athletes go fast in achieving their athletic goals, but also amplifying how they show up in life. In other words, our purpose is not just about helping you go faster. It's the fact that while we are helping you go faster, the goals is not just about achieving success in sport, PRs, first-time finishes, qualifications, world championships, etc. It's also about fulfilling your purpose and contributing to your overall well-being. And so that's the driver of how we think about that. So under that banner, what I want to do is I want to finish with the pitfalls. Because as we go along this journey, there are quite a few pitfalls, and I want you to avoid those as you're thinking about setting up a performance journey, establishing goals, making sure that you identify your purpose.